Hello everybody, my name is Afro, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Infinity Castle film. This review will be spoiler free for about half of it, and before the other half I will be giving a spoiler warning so that you can click off it at that point, and I will not feel bad about it for any of you who have not seen the film yet. All right. If you end up liking this review and you would like to see more, please let me know in the comments below. Also make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell to get all notifications so that you will know if I do another anime film review. Alright, let's get started. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Infinity Castle. I am gonna start right off by giving you my rating. My rating, 7 out of 10. The synopsis is: after falling into the dizzying, ever-changing pocket dimension of the Infinity Castle, the entire Demon Slayer Corps must engage in battle against many of the upper-ranked demons on a mission to find and kill Muzan Kibutsuji. Here's what I thought was good. The action, the special effects, like all of the breathing techniques were very, very cinematic, very cool. I liked that. The milestones, characters, kind of overcoming things that they have kind of been struggling with in their character arcs, things like that. The writing and like the character development, but that also goes with like milestones and things of that nature. All right. What I thought was bad. I thought the pacing of parts of the film were bad, and the timing was bad. I thought they could have done better on that. And the length of the Akaza backstory. And I will get more into that later, but I thought that was absolutely the worst part. Alright. Gigantic spoiler warning. There will be spoilers past this point for the Infinity Castle film. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, if you are still here, you have either seen the Infinity Castle film or do not care about hearing spoilers. Starting off, here is what I liked. I enjoyed the fact that they had Shinobu die right away at the beginning, because it greatly raised the stakes of the film, and it really, as a viewer, it made me feel like, okay, we are in serious territory now, and important characters can die. The entire Giyu versus Akaza fight was amazing. The camera work and the special effects, I thought it was really cool in the moment where the entire camera kind of pans around and all of the Infinity Castle changes around Giyu and Akaza, and waterfalls start flowing downwards. I thought that was really, really cool. And kind of how they did like the separation of the stairs between Tanjiro, Giyu, and Akaza. I thought that was cool. Just the many levels and the shapes that this place can take, which is a great segue into my next point. Just the impressive feat of creating a seemingly infinite detailed environment, even though it was very clear that the background was a very blurred 2D skybox. I thought that all of that was still very, very impressive. And another thing I did like was the impressive progress of the Kakashi. attempting to accurately map an infinite pocket dimension. Um, and just amazing. I thought it was so amazing how absolutely prepared for this the entire Demon Slayer core was. Um, I liked seeing Gyu get his mark and Zenitsu creating a new form. Those were very good milestones in character development for those characters, especially considering what we knew from the Hashira training arc, that Gyu didn't think that he was that impressive, and that he didn't think he should be the Water Hashira, but that mark showing up very much proves that he is worthy of being the Water Hashira. And now that we know more about that mark, it kind of tells us that Tanjiro at this point, it isn't official. And so it's kind of like Naruto still being a Chunin. But at this point, and Gyu even says it at one point, he says Tanjiro is at the level of a Hashira right now. So as of right now, we can say that Tanjiro is in effect the sun-breathing Hashira. Alright, for all the things that I didn't like about the Akaza backstory, I did appreciate that the plight of Akaza eventually being a creature that wants to die, but is physically unable to because of how strong he has gotten. Giant spoiler warning right here, if you're still watching and you really do not want spoilers at all. Gigantic spoiler warning right here. At one point, Akaza gets his head chopped off, and his body, even though his head dissolves and fades away, his body still does not die. It refuses to die. And it continues to regenerate and seal up his neck hole. And then at one point, he actually starts regenerating part of his head. He regenerates at least half of his head. And even after he attacks himself, his body continues to regenerate, and he doesn't want it to regenerate. He just wants to die at that point. But he's unable to because his body is so strong. He keeps reaching for higher and higher limits of strength when he is already quite literally unkillable. Alright, so now on to my dislikes. The length of the Akaza backstory. It was a great backstory, very predictable, but still pulls at the heartstrings. It was much too long for a film. It feels like they could have gotten an entire, at least half of a fight with another demon in, if they had shortened the backstory to just the main beat points, and instead had expanded it to its full length in the anime. If this is the short version of Akaza's backstory, then the long version is going to take up at least half of the 5th season of Demon Slayer. So there was that. The length of Akaza's backstory was probably my biggest complaint in the entire film. The other thing I didn't like is I didn't like how Tanjiro's transparent world transformation feels like a ripoff of Goku's Ultra Instinct, but that's more a issue of Koyaharu Gotoge, the author of Demon Slayer, and less about the quality of the movie. A small point that I actually didn't put in my notes, but I also feel like Kaigaku, the other student with Zenitsu, could have been fleshed out a bit more. He literally was just a fight. He wasn't really a character. He was just a fight and obstacle for Zenitsu to overcome. Which I really feel like Zenitsu already morally overcame his obstacle by his training with Gyume Himejima, the Stone Hashira, and he already kind of got over his fear of demons and got his more serious nature while being awake. Final thoughts, I mean, it's alright, like, it was a movie that could have been all good, but had bad pacing that kind of just threw the third act and tried to recover throwing the third act with filler. And it half ruined a movie that could have been a great movie. So that is all that I have for you. That is my review of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, The Infinity Castle. Like I said, rating was 7 out of 10. I will say it is worth a watch. Definitely go watch it in theaters because the effect in theater is so much better than anything you could get at home. Unless you're watching it in like 4K or something. But, yeah, it's definitely worth a watch, but you will likely struggle through the Akaza backstory, especially because it's so late in the movie and it takes such a long time and it's a bit of a slog to get through. But, yes, definitely go see it. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Once again, my name is AfroX. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Patreon if you're interested in donating to the channel. And the link to the Patreon will be stated in the end card. But yeah. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro. And always remember to stay legendary. X out. Hello everybody, AfroX here. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us what you would like to see in the next video. Check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/AfroX. A shout out to our mythical patron, Calvin C., and our legendary patron, Trix, the anime hater.